Sorry, I'm a little late this morning. Had a little bit of trouble getting the lighting adjusted, and it looks like, it looks like this is going to be the best we're going to be able to do today. So hope everybody is doing well. Y'all let me know out there how things are going for you, how the week's been. My week's been pretty busy, a little hectic as well, but I'm happy to be here with y'all. Y'all always make it worth it. Just so you know, this podcast is not just about me. It's also about y'all. It's about connecting with y'all, getting to know y'all. So yeah, I enjoy that. So once again, I wanted to tell you how much I appreciate y'all this morning. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and find somewhere comfortable. That's a safe place, so you can take some time for your self-care this morning to be able to relax, reconnect God with yourself. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. Just take some cleansing breaths, breathing in your nose, out your mouth. Just do it intentionally. One of the main things I've learned in doing this type of work, meditation and such, is you want to be intentional about what you're doing. And to do that, you have to have the awareness of what you're doing to start with, right? So if you're just breathing unconsciously, which most of us do all day long, then there's not really any awareness there. We're unconscious. But for this practice that we do each day, we want to be really conscious and intentional about our practice. So today, just focus on your breath, focus on the sound of your breath, how it feels coming in through your mouth, in your lungs. Also, how it feels to blow the breath out on the exhale. You can even think of a mantra to say when you're breathing as well on the exhale, if that helps you be more intentional. Mine is usually relax when I do it. So basically breathing in, then out, relax. Do whatever you want though. Happiness. Whatever works best for you. Keep it intentional in the moment here. Okay, do one more breath. Breathing deep as you can breathe, and then blow it out audibly on the exhale. Release any tension that you might be holding on to. We're going to do the short serenity prayer today. And prayer. God, Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Whenever y'all are ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Welcome back. Even though you haven't went anywhere, you went somewhere. We went somewhere in our minds. So the day is the 16th, May the 16th. In recovering from being raised in an addicted home, I've had to pay particular attention to me versus them thinking and how it keeps me immobilized. Such thinking often manifests in the way I relate to my higher power, particularly regarding the issue of my will versus its will. Whenever I perceive myself as pitted against someone or something, my stubbornness comes out and I don't want to change or grow. I think much of it has to do with the words I use with myself internally. I need to interpret the third and 11th steps in terms of a struggle. I tend to interpret the third and 11th steps in terms of a struggle because I gave up a great deal of myself to survive addiction. As an adult, I still sometimes lose myself in certain relationships. Now I'm working hard to find out who I really am, and I don't particularly relish the idea of giving up my will. It helps me to think instead of aligning with my will with that of my higher power. When I look at it this way, I'm reminded that I don't have to lose myself again in the disease or in relationships. Developing a healthy relationship with my higher power is about teamwork with an emphasis on my deference to its will. This reminds me that my will isn't intrinsically bad as I once believed. It's simply misaligned, and my higher power can make it straight again. I have two prayers that feel comfortable to me. Higher power, please align my will with thine, and God, please help me to want what you want. Thought for the day is my higher power wants what's best for me. However, I need to want it too. Our job is to cooperate with God, and that's from the book Paths to Recovery, page 74. Interesting reading, y'all. What y'all think about that? Just put it down in the comments below. This is something I find in relationships sometimes can get quite challenging. Sometimes if we get offended or hurt or sometimes if we choose to get offended, it's a choice, right? Being offended is actually a choice, y'all. You don't have to get offended. So, which I've learned in probably the last year or two. And sometimes if we do, we take offense or take things personally, then sometimes we can just fuss and fight with the other half in our relationship, and it's not good, right? It's not, because we're all on the same team. At least you should be. If you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be fighting against each other like you're on the opposite baseball or basketball team or something doing a doing a game. But what I've learned from the steps is God's will is pretty simple. We want to do what we want to do a lot of times, and sometimes what we want to do is align with God's will. But y'all, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's completely opposite. So, but God's will, at least for me and from what my sponsor told me, is whatever is kind, whatever is loving, whatever is compassionate. And that's really it, y'all. That's how simple it is. It's not really too hard to figure out God's will for your life. And it's maybe a little different, like when you're talking about like a career or a business, but actually God's will is, yeah, really simple. So it's hard to do sometimes. We get caught up in our lives and we get offended, get mad at people or watching the news. That's why I haven't turned the news on y'all more than like twice in the last 10 years. And I suggest you do the same. Turn that crap off. There's just too much negativity out there, y'all. People getting sucked into it. And when there's a lot of good in the world, find like a positive news channel or a positive news page. There's plenty of those out on Facebook. There's plenty. I've got one or two on Facebook that I joined, that I'm a member of, positive news groups instead of all this other crap that's going on out there, y'all. So hopefully y'all got something out of that. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day, great weekend, and look forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow morning, 8:45, bright and early. Not super early, but not super late either, right? So hopefully that works for most of y'all. And catch up soon. Peace and love. God bless.